Alright, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and salute to your brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. And this lesson is I'm gonna play this news clip 2 days ago, yeah, and this is a news station. I'm not gonna go too much into certain stuff right now, but what I'm gonna say is they're kind of like they're going into the UK ID, digital ID, yeah, and they're kind of admitting stuff, backtracking on stuff that they usually say, and you know what, most of these news stations, and you got controlled opposition, you got narrative control and all of that. So what we're gonna do is play, because they're coming out pretty much right here and telling you straight out what the digital ID is used for. Now, this whole immigrant crisis thing that's going on been planned. It was already said years ago, before it was even happening. It was said, yeah, that's going to happen. A planned thing from the higher ups, and then exactly that started happening. People that didn't know about it was all shook up. Oh, I can't believe we get them. And then you find out that it was all a plot to get the digital IDs in. The same similar thing is going on in the USA, and it's going on in Europe, because it's going to be the digital ID thing. They're using many tactics to get it in, and there's movies and stuff like that show you that in the UK. Show you that. So let me play it. That was just an introduction anyway. So let me just play it so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll break it up a bit down, and then we'll just keep it moving. So let's see.
Show me your papers digitally. Could this be coming to a town near you?
I've got to pause it there. It says Labour MPs call for digital IDs to tackle immigration. That was why this whole thing was set up in the first place. Now, if you don't believe me, another thing they used to do before it was the immigration thing was they was using the well, we can go all the way back to what the hell do you call that now? I want to use a different, 9/11. You can go back to I can't remember the act. I want to call it the Patriot. No, not the bloody Patriot. There's an act that came in after that, and then when that happened, right? When that happened, all you used to see in the UK, right, was false flags. When you had the Olympics coming up, you used to have like false flag scares and things of that nature. So they wanted something in to stop that. That was like if you could say the immigrant thing before the immigrant thing, the false flag stuff. If you understand what I mean. I'll go more into it, but let's play.
Could a digital ID card be brought in mandatorily for all UK citizens? My name's Tom Harwood, and this is GBN Originals. Well, today, more than 40 Labour MPs are calling for the introduction of a digital ID card, something that you would need to present to an employer before you could start working, something that people could demand to see in order for you to go about your business as a citizen or indeed a non-citizen in the United Kingdom. Of course, this is an...
Right, so this is what we're talking about. Everything is got a stage before it gets to the implantable mark of the beast RFID chip, which is being used. You've seen what Elon's doing right now, Neuralink, and they pushed that globally to the world now, and they're using it in terms of it's a miracle chip. You see, what you got to understand is they got the cards moving all over the planet, man. They're using immigrant crisis. They're using everything. They'll use disease outbreak. They'll use the fact that you can't walk, talk, or whatever. A miracle chip. They're using cancer. they said, oh yeah, we've got a chip for the miracle for the cancer. But really, these are one centralized control database in the form of a chip which powers everything up. You got a chip in your phone, right? Okay, you got a chip in a computer. That's just what it works. You know what I mean? You'll be that walking interface. It's as simple as that. So this isn't that difficult to understand. It's not difficult to understand at all, bro. So you gotta get it, man. So everyone can see it anyway. Even these can see it on GB News. That it's all set up from up top. And Tony, we're never gonna go into him right now, but he is working. He's around them elites, or is around them. Definitely works for him. So he's definitely on the inside of him. And it's got backing by all these MPs. What you gotta understand is this is what is gonna come anyway. And that was they've already got something that's coming in. It's coming in anyway. Digital IDs are coming in anyway.
Idea that has been around for a long time, and it is something that has been done in a non-digital form on the continent. One argument from many people has been that one of the reasons why so many... Of course, this is an idea that has been around for a long time, and it is something that has been done in a non-digital form on the continent. One argument from...
William Hague, he was already backing it before. Certain MPs and that, insiders, have been backing it. And I checked this. Similar schemes have already been introduced in the European Union and India, meaning countries around the world are leaving us behind in this area, the MP said. So they've got schemes like that. I think someone was saying, I don't know how true it is, that they got something like that going on down there. I don't know if it's Australia or a country near there. I did see that somewhere, but I don't know if it, but so what they're showing you is that's where things are going. Just like the money system, they're doing away with the cash notes and all of that. It's the same with this. What they're doing now is pushing everything to go cashless. Everything, ID, every system, database to be merged into one database of control. Let's play that.
Many people has been that one of the reasons why so many illegal migrants choose...
Which, by the way, like I said, it's in the scriptures, Revelation 13:16.
To make the perilous journey across to the United Kingdom after skipping through safe country after safe country and then camping out in northern Calais is because they want to get to the UK, so it's easier to work in a country that doesn't mandatorily ask for an ID card, a government-issued mandatory ID. This, perhaps, is why all of these Labour MPs from many different Labour groups, caucuses within the Labour...
I mean, people just start saying stuff, man, You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Party have been calling for this idea. It's Labour MPs from the Red Wall group of Labour MPs, those that won their seats off those seats that flipped under Boris Johnson's election victory in 2019. It's also the Labour Growth Group, a group of Labour MPs who are committed to pro-growth reforms like planning reform and making it easier to build things in this country. But interestingly, some from the Blue Labour group as well, that group of more socially conservative Labour MPs, have also signed up to this initiative. All argue that it would streamline government services and make it harder for illegal migrants to work in the black economy. But of course, this is an idea that has reared its head before. It was an issue in 2008 and 2009. It was raised under the previous Labour government. It never came into force, although the plans...
So this is what's being set up. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Yeah, So, you know, it says Britain's new era. This is just the catalyst for the digital IDs. You know, this is what's being set up here, and it's all been set up because it ain't just gonna be them having it. It's gonna be every citizen having them because they've got them out there anyway, and that's a form of. It's a way to. It's they need reasons to bring things in. They need reasons to bring things in. Okay, the scriptures never trust thine enemy, right? For his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, right? So he says never trust thine. Let's get that. I don't know why it's not coming up. It usually comes up after. For as iron. Let me try the other part. I think I'll probably have to restart the app. Never trust thine enemy, for his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. No, I'm not going to spell that right. Rusteth. I know what it says anyway. Never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You can look it up after, because I'm not going to get the. I could Google it 1 minute. Oh, there it is. See, I don't know why it never come up. Never trust, Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So that's there. So for the reference point. But that's the point pretty much here. You know, we know what they're doing. We know what their goals, agendas are, and it's all part of. You got to see what it's actually about. It's about bringing in. It's about bringing in that RFID, New World Order chip, Mark of the Beast. Yeah, that's what it's about. So, this what the way they're talking, the way they're going on. Yeah, right now, they're actually bringing in a digital IDs anyway. So whatever the focal point is, whatever they're putting chips in people's brains in the States. They got digital IDs in Europe, parts of Europe anyway. They're already bringing it in the UK, and they've been talking about bringing it in for years anyway. You know, when the mad dog outbreaks happened, they had all sorts of stuff was going on, which I could get into in another video. So this is just this immigrant stuff is just a tactic that they're pushing in Europe, America, England, to get it in that way through that. And there you have it, man. Pretty much that's the point. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. You know, you get the point right there. So, hey, with that, I'm gonna say Shadow One, man.